Hi guys. I'm incredibly tired and I'm slightly tipsy. Um, but I wanted to update that today was a very, very busy day, and it ended really well. Earlier in the day, I was not doing great because, I've been down for a little while now. You've obviously noticed that. I wanted to show you that I have started a happy list, and I mean, this is just the start. Every couple of seconds, I think of something else that has been making me happy, or things that make me happy from my life. And I wanted to do just a little bit of a happy thing before I go to sleep. So I'm going to start with the short list, which is actually the most recent list that I've written today. Um, Hand thing. The hand thing. When I was in college, I was seeing, my senior year of college, I was seeing a guy named Bruce, and he and I were doing a scene for ACTF, the uh, American College Theater Festival, and we were trying to find these characters. And at one point, I just sat down, and he came right up in front of me and like kneeled down in front of me, and we started like touching our hands together. And it was this realization that when you meet someone and you start seeing them and everything's new and awesome and lovey, that every time you touch your hands together, it's just this thing that you want to keep doing. It's awesome. And so discovering the hand thing in and of itself makes me happy. But the hand thing itself, when you meet people that are important to you. Um, I don't want to read this whole list, so I'm just going to skip around. Um, I Love You Because was a game that I invented in college, um, when I was seeing someone who was depressed, and I was depressed, and we were in this mutual depression, and we played this game called I Love You Because. Hold on just a second. My mouth is all dry. So I Love You Because is basically exactly how it sounds. When one of us would get depressed, say, I love you because this. And we would finish the sentence. And it's such a good game. Good. It's good. It's good in any kind of relationship, any kind of friendship, any kind of anything. Um, Letting people know that you love them, and building them up, and telling them why they're lovable, that's always good. And it's good to hear the things that they have to say as well. Um, let's see. Going to the chiropractor. Chiropractors are awesome. I really want to get my back cracked soon. Love it. Um, Class and hanging out with the group. I put that on the list on my way home tonight because that's what I had. Tonight was a class. The group is a group of people that have been assembled from my old school, which shut down, called Ackland Studios. And the owner of Ackland Studios, Steve Merle, has brought a bunch of students together, and it's great. I've always loved class environments anyway. I've always loved being surrounded by theater. So getting back into a classroom and and watching other people do scenes and being able to help critique and help them better their technique, and soon I'll be having my own scene and having myself critiqued. It's just such an awesome feeling. And these people are great people. They're wonderful people. Um, it's not often that you just get to click with a bunch of people all at once, and that's what happens with this group every time. I mean, our class lasts from 6:30 to 9:30. It's a 3-hour class, and by the time the class is over, we all still go out to a bar down the street and get a couple of drinks together. Some of them play pool, but most of us, we just sit around and talk, and it's awesome, making a lot of really cool friends. Um, Motorcycles, I like motorcycles. Julie Taymor. Uh, Julie Taymor is a designer director, and she works in puppetry, and I did a big presentation on her in college when I was in a puppetry class, and I love her. I love her work. Um, if you've ever seen the movie Across the Universe, she directed that. And if you've ever seen the Broadway version of The Lion King, she designed that, um, which is also on my list, The Lion King, which I went to go see in college as part of a group. Uh, we had a theater club called the Maskers, and the Maskers went on a field trip to see The Lion King. It was the traveling version of the Broadway show. And I got to go with my best friend Crystal and with Bruce and a bunch of other people in the Maskers, but those are the people I sat with, and I cried. I wept. It was beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Uh, Sneezing. Sneezing is a very interesting thing because it's out of nowhere and it feels strange, but it's also a little bit pleasurable. I don't know why. I like sneezing. A good yawn. Oh, I love a good yawn. Let's see. The Moritz monologue. When I was a senior in college, uh, I was in a play called Spring Awakening, and Bruce played the role of Moritz, who was my favorite character in the play anyway. And then Bruce embodied him so well, and he had a lot of monologues. But like my favorite monologue was one where he was sitting and talking to his best friend Melchior about about well, it's about sex. The entire play is about sex, and coming into like puberty and all that. And the conversation that he's having is about women's pleasure versus men's pleasure. And there was this whole, I don't know, this monologue was just so well written, and it was so um, interesting to listen to, and it was cool to like watch Bruce and my friend Sean have this conversation on stage every night. It was my favorite monologue. Yeah, it was good. Good stuff. Um, okay. Um, so yeah, a lot of these need like a lot of explanation, and I'm not really up to it tonight. Um, Maybe I'll do one more. I don't know. I've got all these lists now. It's so exciting. It's so very exciting to have all these lists and to be able to go, oh yeah, that makes me happy, and that makes me happy, and that makes me happy. Okay. Last one for the night. Uh, Vincent's Little Red Couch. Vincent is a friend of mine who is an incredible playwright, um, and director and an actor. And he's I was in a show with him, and the rehearsals for the show were in his basement downstairs area of his house, and he had chairs set up, and then like this one small red couch. It's like a love seat, I guess. Um, this little red couch, and it was so comfy. It's so comfy. And I would go to rehearsal, and everybody would be like sitting, being very polite and sitting in the chairs, and I was that asshole who went straight for the comfortable couch. And that is where I sat every rehearsal. I would get annoyed if someone got there before me and like sat down in my spot, because that was my spot. I mean, I would share the couch with one other person or two other people if we could fit, but my spot was on that couch, and I loved that couch. It was so comfy. Um, okay, so that's the end of my happy list for tonight. All right, bye all.